This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks.
Jerome Paarwater, Western Province Rugby Under-21 coach, joins me on the line now. And of course, as we know, Jerome has been a regular on the show, keeps telling us about what's happening at Western Province and, of course, the activities at Western Province and the Under-21s. Jerome, hoe lyk dinge daar?
Baie goed, JP. Baie gelukkig sover met die voorbereiding. Die manne werk hard en ja, so dinge gaan eintlik baie goed aan ons kant.
Jerome, we managed to get out to the field today and catch up with quite a few of the players. From a practice point of view, of course, you guys are back on the park now, training a little bit different.
Yeah, but slowly but surely, JP, we're getting more and more to rugby specific stuff.
Yeah.
Because hopefully we are going to play in October. So yeah, we busy with rugby specific stuff. We moved on from groups of 5, so we busy with rugby stuff.
So tonight we want to focus a little bit about some of your team members and some of your players. One of the interviews we managed to do on the side of the field there was, of course, with Nasir Parker, your conditioning coach. Let's take a look at what he has to say.
Being a contact sport, I think a lot of the guys were eager to get stuck into it again. But with the regulations and stuff, it took a bit of time. But like you said, we've been busy for about 8 to 10 weeks. And the first 4 to 6 weeks was just running, and you could only do running conditioning. So once SA Rugby made it legal to start doing a little bit of contacting, it wasn't just straight in. We had to integrate it slowly. Did a bit of wrestling, did a little bit of bag work, and then we started slowly integrating into full contact. So it's been a process. It's something new for all of us, but it's been a very, very good process so far, and the boys are taking it quite nicely. With the regulations slowly changing, every 4 weeks or every 6 weeks, it tested us quite a bit, especially regarding when we can start bringing in rugby training, and because we need to be fit, but we're playing the game of rugby. The detail, the training, the sharpness, because they've all been out for about 12 weeks before they even started training, before they even started running on grass. So that was kind of challenging. So we had to, make tweaks here and there. And once, like I said, it was all up to SA Rugby and the government when we could integrate into rugby training, which is even just to work with the ball. So it was quite nice for us to just rethink of how we're going to do things, and it was quite nice.
Jerome, Nasir is of course integral to your team structure.
Yeah, he was actually basically running, I would say, almost for 7 weeks. He was basically running the show because there wasn't much coaching going on. So yeah. He had to do a lot of conditioning with the guys, a lot of running. The guys were joking and saying to Nasir, listen, we're not training to go to the Olympics, because the way we're running now, we can easily break records. So yeah, he was quite busy. But as I say, but sure, and then I mean, he knows every single player, and he knows their shortcomings, and he knows what they have to do. So yeah, it's very good to have Nasir as a conditioning coach.
And then we also managed to catch up with Keenan Williams. Let's take a quick look at what he had to say.
Ik was lekker om specialist aan die nieuwe boys hier te wees. Ik leer klomp bij hulle. En ja, die coaches brengen nou zo'n beetje nou en dan nieuwe goedjes in. Maar oké, ons pas maar aan bij die nieuwe structure en al die nieuwe goede wat mensen willen leren. Ik is er bij jou wel leer, CPT nou. Maar ik mis bij jou boys en zo. Ik is baie blij om weg te wees. Maar ik zal ook baie blij wees om terug te wees één dag. Ik heb baie dagen geleerd, so ik zal ook om weer een beetje terug te komen.
Jerome, there we go. Keenan Williams, he plays wing. Tell us a little bit about this young man.
Yeah, JP, Keenan played for Paarwater South, and you know how many times we spoke on the show about Keenan, and people actually gave me a lot of flack about Keenan, but at that time, Keenan, when he played Bellville South, he was still at school, so he couldn't join us because we trained during the day. And now he's at CPUT. He had a great season with CPUT, and yeah, part of the coaching structure. So we've been talking a lot about him, and he's working hard.
So that's fantastic. Then, Jerome, we also managed to catch up with Jason, at least with Simon Miller. Let's hear what he has to say. And, of course, Simon Miller playing lock.
Yes, no, I'm very excited. We've been working really hard, starting as small groups, and we've been lucky with the opportunities that we've gotten. We've got to work with lots of good coaches, and we've got to learn from their experience. And yeah, it's been good, working hard, and excited to get back onto the field. Yeah, it's been a bit tough mentally because you haven't really known what's going on, what's going to happen, but. Yeah, as soon hopefully when we get the dates, then it will be more sure what to do, how we should take onto the field. But obviously we're gonna give it our everything, no matter when we play next year or this year. We're just looking forward to play.
Jerome, there we go. Simon Miller, also part of your squad.
Yeah, Simon Miller, JP, believe it or not, it's a big boy, but he's still 19 years old. Great future ahead of him, and he's almost like a Peter Steph de Toy. He's a real workhorse, and I think, and I can promise you, we're gonna hear a lot about this young guy.
That's fantastic. It's great to see these players coming through the ranks. It was great for us to be on the side of the field there and catch up with the players, you know, the back there, and it's very exciting for us. And of course, while we were there, we also managed to speak to Jason Alexander, who we know is an up-and-coming young hooker. Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah, we haven't had physicality for quite a while. It's been a lot of social distancing in practices. But I think the boys are getting more excited by the week, the more physicality. We just had a nice session now, getting some full contact in, and it's just been good to be back. You know, rugby was a foreign thing for quite a while, but it's good to be back. Yeah, I think these coaches just bring a different perspective and aspect to the game, and it's just a pleasure having them around. I mean, we've been obviously having provincial coaches since last year, but bringing Jono in, who is a very knowledgeable coach, and Uki and Ish as well, especially who's an experienced rugby player who's been at the highest level, you just absorb and like a sponge from these coaches. Yeah.
Jerome, Jason Alexander looks like he's one of our top talented hookers coming through the ranks.
Yeah, no, Jason is one of the guys. I mean, he played SA Schools, played Craven Week, and Jason is a type of player. As a hooker, he's exactly like Skalk Brits play, and he's the type of guy that I give the freedom to play, and he picks up everywhere in the field. He can step. One plus for Jason, he's a bit bigger than Skalk Brits, so he's a bit bigger. Yeah, so bright future also, and yeah, I think he's another guy that we're definitely gonna see. I think next year some of those guys will see playing Currie Cup.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's great for us to have this opportunity to chat with the players and showcase them a bit. And while we were there, we also managed to speak to William Rose, Scrumhalf at the Under-21 structures at the moment. Let's see what William has to say.
It's been a bit tough, you know, with the lockdown. So boys have been excited to be out here. You know, every session is getting better and better. You can see the boys are raring to go to get physically stuck into one another. So it's been good. Yeah, the boys are learning a lot from all the coaches. You know, coachJerome has been here for a long time, and him putting his experience into place with us. So we just, when we come here, just try to learn as much as possible from him. Yeah, the boys. So when we started in July, first week of July, it was just simple conditioning, getting back to basics. But now the boys have started. We got the green light for contact, and our competition set to start in October. So boys are ready. Yeah.
There we go, Jerome. William Rose, you must be proud of his. Is he following in the footsteps of Herschel Janchis?
Yeah, definitely, JP. And I mean, he's from the Rose family from Strand. He's cousins to Jody and Earl. So great pedigree, coming from the right sort of rugby family in Strand Boykie, and very, very, very talented. Also played SA schools, played SA under 20s, and so also one of the guys that I keep on saying that we are really blessed with all this talent and having these guys. And also I've been working with him now for quite a while also, so I know this youngster. So
Jerome, we're going to leave it at that. We know that it's been a busy day for you, but the sun is shining. You can see that you're comfortable there where you are behind you. Hopefully next week we'll have you in the studio with us, and we can move away from these online interviews, because we can see that you're very comfortable there. But but it's great to have seen some of the structures that you've deployed there, and we really hope that we get some good news that your under 21 side is back on the park soon.
Yeah, JP, thanks. Yeah, and I must say I'm very comfortable. Yeah, I was actually. While I was waiting for you, I almost fell asleep here in the bright room in the sun. So yeah, I am. But it will be good to be back in the studio also.
That's great stuff. Thanks, Jerome. We'll catch up with you next week. There we go, folks. Jerome Paarwater, of course, head coach of the Western Province Rugby under 21 side. Always great chatting with Jerome. And isn't that so exciting to see the youngsters coming through the ranks and, of course, getting an opportunity to get on the park and play rugby. And, well, interestingly enough now, playing rugby in the sunshine.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks.